Hey YouTube, Repo Man 64. I wanted to get on here and encourage you. Uh, okay, that doesn't disappear. I want you to read Proverbs 25 before I get into my video. Let's get on here. In here it says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings to search out a matter." Now, what does that mean? It means that we are trying to figure out this date. So many dates have passed. But I want to encourage you that this is what's supposed to happen. Every one of us is unique in our own way of trying to figure this out. Me, I use Enoch. Dr. Barry's using the moon. And so many others are using so many different things. The signs from around the planet of what's going on. I think it's Jeffrey McGaha. He's using, he sees that there's an event that's going to happen. I think he said on the 23rd. There's so many things going on now that I haven't seen ever before. This is something new that's happening. And I want to encourage you and let you know, and I've got a couple of comments going, oh, that passed, what do we do now? Here's what we do. We keep watching. We keep searching. That's what we're supposed to do. You're not doing anything wrong by trying to either figure this out. I guarantee that you watchers have 100 different YouTubes that you're watching, trying to figure this out. You're a seeker. You're a watcher. And I wanted you to notice something here in the below this, and it says the heaven for height and the earth for depth. The heart of kings is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Take away the wicked from the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. So if the king's not wicked, his throne is righteous. It says, put not forth thyself in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of great men. For better it is that it be said unto thee, come up hither. That's a rapture comment right there. That thou shouldest be put lower in the presence of the prince whom thine eyes have seen. So what is this passage saying to me? What this says to me is that I need a haircut. What's left of it? What it's saying to me is that we seekers are watching and seeking, but we're all the same. Whether you have 100, I have 100, I think I have 140 YouTube channels that I follow, and I'm looking for nuggets of information. You know, from Dr. Barry, he's amazing with what he's figured out. To Sabine Vlamming, she's kind of on the same page with me with the Enoch calendar, which is really cool to see all the stuff she puts out. She goes in depth into Enoch. I just got his calendar and applied it to our stuff, which I'll show you in a moment, and it all really makes sense. You know, you have Watchman Adam, Wackadoodle Simone. He's really good with the star event. Now, Dr. Barry just put up an event where there is a war going on in heaven in October, beginning of October. So it's really cool to see that. So I'm just like you are. I'm watching and learning, but I'll never exalt myself above the king. I'm just a watcher. I'm trying to figure it out. And you should also stay humble as possible. Keep watching. Don't stop. Keep searching. God's hiding the matter. It says it clearly right there. What are all these dates doing? They are galvanizing the bride. We are either going to give up and walk away, or we're going to entrench and continue to search and try to seek this out and work together. I'll tell you what, this guy Peyton in my Discord, and there's another one. Is it NZ89? I don't know. They have a lot of good information in there. Peyton, if you want to learn something, Peyton's got a different date, and he's worked out a lot of stuff, and I really like it's a generic name, so it's probably a guy. I'm sorry, but it's some of the names in Discord you can't really tell gender. Anyway, he's in there and he's got a lot of good stuff. So the Discord that we have is fantastic, good source of information. I use a lot of it to do my videos. He has a website, and now he's going to kill me because let me see if I can find it. He's created a website for all of us YouTube watchers. Oh, there it is. And there he is, Peyton, right there. You can see his name up there. And he's worked very hard. And where is his, it's going to be a second before I find this. And I got to put on my glasses. But it doesn't screen share, so you can't see that. I know that he created a website, which I've gone to look at. And he has mine in there, he has everybody's in there, because we're all just searching and seeking. Oh, I don't have network, so I can't really, that's why I can't find it. But anyway, if you'll go into here and ask Peyton, I believe, let me see something. I'm not on, so I can't really, I'm not on the internet. I have to shut it off or people will call me nonstop during this. I put it on airplane mode when I make videos. Anyway, my point is, this is galvanizing the bride. This is separating the wheat from the chaff. We are bowing down while the chaff is standing up tall and prideful. Don't be tall and prideful. You keep searching, keep watching, and help your local watchman with as much information as you yourself can find and figure out. We're not infallible. We're not a king. We're not kings. I mean, 99% of these YouTubes will tell you this is not from God. This is what I see, and this is what I say too. There's a couple that actually say it comes straight from God to them, but you know, maybe it does. I don't know. I'm not their judge. But let's go back to this right here. This is my little calendar, and it does line up with Sabine Lamming's calendar, and this is where we're at right now. We are on September 15th right now, Tishri 1. Again, this is the Enoch calendar. We are in the 10 days of awe right now. Those 10 days of awe end on September the 26th, Tishri 11. On Tishri 10 is Yom Kippur. On the fall equinox, it is Tabernacles. So we're in the 10 days of awe right now, according to what I understand in Enoch. This is not what everyone says, and am I right? I don't know. I just find it cool that 153 days after the flood begins, right up there at the top, we have death to life eternal. And you have the 50, and it runs right up there to where Jesus resurrected. So there's a lot of proof that this calendar is accurate, but I'm not 100% sure. The time Jesus spent from the cross to Pentecost is 53 days. The time spent from where they went into the grave on Tisha B'Av to where the entire planet went into the grave, where the flood begins, was 100 days. So I've got two different confirmations of 153 days, and you know about the 153 fish. And so, again, we're in the 10 days of awe. This is what I was trying to show you on my last video. Now, I want you to picture this for a moment. We're sitting on this planet. We really can't get very far off this planet. Space is not very accommodating to these bodies that we're currently in. They will be in the future when we are translated into our new bodies and our perfect bodies. We'll be able to do so much more stuff. Nothing will kill us. But from our perspective, from our point of view, when we look outward from the planet, we see constellations and we see how the clock is turning. Okay, we can follow the clock as it turns. As the clock turns, we can follow it. Now imagine, be careful with this imagination. Imagine you're in God's shoes. You're not God, but you're in God's shoes, and you're looking down from the outside in. Everything is running backwards. We see everything, and it's running counterclockwise right now. Everything's running backwards for us, but for God, it's running forward. So, with that in mind, I go back to this menorah, And Jesus fulfilled the first three candles already. All three candles on the right-hand side are lit from the outside to the inside. Then Pentecost is the center candle. The other three candles on the left-hand side are not lit. Now, this is from our perspective. This is running from right to left, which is how the Jews write, and then now it's running from left to right, which is how we write. These three celebrations, these three feast days, are going to be Feast of Trumpets. Then you have Yom Kippur, and then you have Tabernacles. The next three candles to be lit. And what I said in my last video was that from our perspective here on this planet, as we look at this, and a guy asked me in the email, in the comment section about this, and he wanted me to show him this again, and here it is. The Passover, the first three candles from the right to the left are lit. You got Passover, unleavened bread, and first fruits. Then you have the middle candle, Pentecost. That's when the Holy Spirit was sent to us. From our perspective, from God's perspective, it runs in the other direction. Now, the next one to be lit, the outside left candle, is supposed to be, from our perspective, trumpets. But I've questioned that lately. I'm wondering if the outside candle is not Sukkot, Tabernacles, which happens, it looks like here, sometime towards the end of September. This is what the arrow points at. I would have to go to my timeline to see that, and let's see when that happens. That happens on September 26th. Like I said, towards the end of September. Tishri, or maybe it's Tishri 10, Fall Equinox. I believe it's Tishri. No, that's Tishri. That's Yom Kippur. So it is Tabernacles, the Fall Equinox, and it's going to happen on Tishri 11. I got to keep working in this area to try to get the numbers lined up, but because I'm dealing with a day that's hard to understand, because there is one day on the Hebrew calendar out of time when God stopped time. That's why the Hebrew calendar down here at the bottom has 11, and then up here, days of awe, we have 10 on the Gregorian calendar. That's why I show 88 days down here and 87 days up there. But we are currently in the 40 days before. Now, is God going to carry us all the way to Heshvan 10, October 24th, when Methuselah dies? He's buried, and they mourn him for 7 days. The flood was supposed to take place on October the 24th, but Methuselah asked, please don't bury me don't kill me in the flood amongst the wicked. Let me die before. And he dies right here on this Heshvan 10. Now, Heshvan 10, ironically, is where Peyton is saying he believes it might be also. So a lot of stuff is happening in this timeline right here. There's a bunch of stuff happening. I am not saying, and I never have said, this is going to be the rapture day. I don't know when the rapture is. I just know that a lot of stuff happens right in here. And we are in the 10 days of Ad, according to Enoch. So I just wanted to make this video and give you comfort to know that none of us have this figured out, that we're just trying to see what the next step might be. We could be sitting here right now, we could be watching this video, I could be making this video, and God could take us, and that'd be the end of it. We'd be gone. We'd get our brand new bodies, we'd see this beautiful, beautiful house that, we all have different, God made us all different. We're all fantastically and wonderfully different, and what I call like a glorious house is not what you would call. Some people want a shack on a lake, and they don't want much, and that is their heaven. Mine is a little different, My garage is huge, and it has a mud truck, and it has a sports car, and it has a motorcycle in it, and that's just my heaven. It's not yours. It's mine. And God, Jesus has gone away. The groom has gone away to prepare a place. And he says the imagination, the human mind cannot even conceive of what's about to happen. So hang in there. Don't put too much invest too much in us as we try to figure this out. What I want you to invest in is Jesus himself and what he said. And he said, I go to prepare a place for you. And if it were not so, I would have told you. It is so. He has gone to prepare a place for us. And it is glorious and it is amazing. And the body you get will be indestructible and perfect in every way. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. The stuff dreams are made of is what's going to be there. It's going to be absolutely incredible. We'll have so much stuff to do. We're going to be ruling over the people who never accepted Christ but refused to mark. We're going to be ruling over those people for 1,000 years with a rod. At the very end, they will be tempted again, and they'll have to make a choice. They're either going to stay with the calf, or they're going to go up the mountain with Moses. You'll have a choice at that point. And I think when the new heaven and the new earth is created, I think that there's going to be different types of people. Obviously, the Bible describes them, and but it'll be a very, very wonderful place for all of us. Anyway, Repo Man 64, hang in there. Just hang in there. This is about to happen. It is going to happen soon, and just based on everything we see around us, and all of these wonderful watchers and seekers, and these wonderful people that are trying to figure this out, and again, they're just trying. You can't get upset at them. They're just trying to understand and figure it out. When God actually speaks to one of us, which I just think he's going to speak to all of us. Amos 3:7 doesn't say he's going to speak to me, to speak to you. Amos 3:7 says he's going to tell all of us. All right. Repo Man 64, hang in there. Most importantly, before any of this stuff, go to a quiet place by yourself. Nobody needs to know, and you don't need to tell anybody. And accept the Lord into your heart. Now's the time. You want to be the guy carrying the rod, ruling the nations, or do you want to be the guy being ruled over? Both are still in heaven. Both are still in a wonderful place. I'm not knocking anybody who wants to be either or. Some people don't like to be in charge. So they get what they want. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll put a link to the Discord. You can go in there and see Peyton's math. I promote anybody, not just myself. I don't think I'm infallible. I don't think that the Enoch calendar is the only way there. I've been very interested in the Enoch calendar, and I present what I find to you. And you get to make a choice. That's your choice, whether it's all, none of it's true, and you say, no, I don't believe in that, and I follow the way Dr. Barry All looks at it, or Jeffrey Magaha, whatever, Wackadoodle Samoan, any of them. So that's what we do. Hang in there. We'll talk to you later. Repo Man 64.